welcome to another edition of the Sports One. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
Golf. And I feel like a lot of times, people don't quite get it, just the actual art that it is and how tough it is to hit these shots, to get a ball to stop on a dime from 120 yards out. It's like, and they'll just be like, oh, how do you watch golf on TV? It's so boring. But it's like they don't even give it a chance. And that kind of bothers me a little bit.
Really?
I think there's such a negative sentiment. Oh,
no,
you're watching golf? Like you know what I mean?
I know.
90% of people say that?
Yeah, I would definitely second that. Especially I think it's the people who don't give it a chance at all, when in reality, I think, it is fun to watch. It could be kind of confusing, I think, to some, just because of the back and forth between, different players, and obviously they're on different parts of the course and whatnot. But I think overall it's not too hard to follow, it's not too hard to understand the rules here. It's just like a nice, especially Sunday afternoon. Just sit on the couch, just chilling, watching golf, dude.
Oh my God.
So
Sunday
nice.
At Augusta too. Are you kidding? Nothing like that. And I feel like you would find this interesting. So I don't think you've probably ever heard of him, but former tennis player Marty Fish is actually in this tournament.
No shit.
So I guess he's very good, in terms of an amateur golfer. 7 over par through 9 holes. But I mean, just the fact of getting in a PGA Tour event, from coming from being a tennis player, I mean, you got to give him props for that.
So huge.
And then former Masters champ Hideki Matsuyama right now struggling, 5 over par through 15. And I always find it funny with these events where, look at it. as Michael chimes in.
So much fun yesterday.
Couldn't agree more, Michael. Loved every second of it. Can't wait to do it again. And like we were saying yesterday, get the 4 of us in best ball tournament. We will be hoisting some type of trophy by the time it's over.
Whatever they have, we'll be hoisted it.
But I always just find it interesting, Tony. Like when you have an event like this, it's more known names than well-known names, and you just assume, oh well, I mean, those couple guys, I mean, they're locks to win the tournament, and it's never goes that way. A lot of them miss the cut, and then you'll have somebody like Scott Piercy or Tom Hoagie end up winning this tournament. So I think it's good to get those guys on the map because you never know what one tournament win could do for your golf career.
It could change it, dude.
Yeah. And this is all, helping them with their, FedEx Cup points, which is obviously very important to make sure to get in all 3 rounds of the FedEx Cup to have a chance at that $18 million first prize for the champions. So we will keep an eye out for this and let you know if we have any other developments today. But other than that, Tony, I think it's time to go to the world of Major League Baseball.
2-2, he got him swinging. A back-to-back strikeouts for Robbie Ray.
There's damage right there. Shohei, way, sayonara. Where did that land?
Smoke to Chapman, who leaps up and grabs it.
Story spins and fires. Out at first.
There it goes. See ya. Home run, Aaron Judge.
So as you've said, Tony, many times, thank God for the Yankees as they return to the field today.
I've never said that.
I feel like your mom's not too anti-Yankee. I don't understand what happened with you. Is it just me? Did I make it worse, honestly?
Yeah, definitely.
How much worse, like on a 1 to 10 scale?
100%, 1,000%, 1,000,000%.
No, but come on.
I don't know, man. Not much worse. I mean, it's tough. My mom obviously doesn't follow, baseball as much as I do. So she's not really, I guess, hard on Yankee fans as I am, but it's mainly just the fan base just in general right now. I mean, it's brutal fans, dude. Terrible fans.
But is it what if you had to give?
It's just arrogance.
Okay,
that would be the number one.
Okay.
It's oh my God, Judge, dude, he's never gonna leave the Yankees. He wants to be in pinstripes. Okay, dude, relax. Okay, calm down.
So now, and I'm just kind of curious about this because I don't know. I guess I've known people that are Mets fans, but nobody probably as big of a Mets fan as you.
Wow.
So growing up and knowing a lot of Yankee fans and stuff, being in New York, has anybody been like how I am in terms of kind of not just besides gloating about the Yankees, but kind of attacking the Mets, I'm saying.
Oh, attacking the Mets? Yeah, yeah, of course. Especially especially in my friend group, everyone's a Yankee fan and I'm not. So, it's let's strength in numbers game up on the Mets fan. But it's fine, dude.
Hey, I'm gonna give you credit. Hang it in there, right?
Yeah. I mean, what am I gonna do? I'm not gonna be a Yankee fan. Oh, shoot me.
You know what honestly was just annoying me? It was probably a couple of days ago or whatever, but I don't know if you kind of noticed this too. I feel like Rothenberg, when it comes to the Yankees, kind of talks out of both sides of his ass, honestly. He says oh, I mean, they're having a great season. But then if you ask me, if I expected them to win the world, you know what I mean? I feel like he almost it does the opposite of what I do in terms of the Mets. I don't know.
Well, I mean, that's I feel like that's him speaking as a non-biased sportscaster, and then it's then he's also speaking as a lifetime Mets fan,
Yeah.
Whereas any opportunity he'll get, he'll reprimand the Yankees, but in reality they are having a great season, so I'm sure it's tough for him.
Yeah, but hey, I mean, you gotta just hang in there, ride with the punches.
Yeah, dude, we'll win the World Series this year. We're not worried.
I really want that Subway Series. I really, really do.
That's it. I would be able to die the next day. Happy man.
But hey, we'll have to see what happens.
But hey, again,
in terms of today, it's just so nice.
You're liking that, but hey, huh?
Yeah, you know me. I have my phrases that I get comfortable with.
You stick to it, creatures of habit, as they say.
So we do have actually a game starting very soon. 1:10 first pitch here Yankees and Astros, of course, the 2 games in Minute Maid Park, making up the ones that were canceled earlier this season. And we have a pitching matchup today of Jordan Montgomery and Christian Javier. So 2 guys who have, been pretty good this year. If you look at Monty, 3-2, 3.26. Javier, 6-5, 3.22. I know the last time these teams played, it was like just a 1-game series. And I think the Yankees lost 2-1 in a pitcher's duel. So, you'd expect some more offense this time around. And, obviously some rest, even though it was only a few days, I think, was good for both parties. And some positive news on the Astros side. And I can confirm this, but I just know because he's on my fantasy team. I believe Yordan Alvarez returning to the lineup today has had some hand injuries this year. Hasn't missed much time, but was placed, on the IL retroactive before the break. So off of the IL, but only starting the 2nd game is what I'm seeing here.
Right.
So obviously that's a big plus for their lineup. And people, I don't know if you've heard this, and I don't know if it was more of just like an idea more than an actual rumor, but I heard people talking about the possibility of Juan Soto joining the Astros. Have you heard anything about that?
No, I have not actually. Is that what they've been talking about?
I mean, someone just was like, oh, imagine if that happened or whatever. And I guess they have some good younger players they could trade.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could see that. Who are the players that they're trading though?
I don't,
no idea. I was like,
tuned in with that. I mean, I'm guessing, like that shortstop, is it Brian Pena? That's replaced Correa, but I think he's supposed to be pretty good. I don't know if he's jumped out on the page just yet. But I just think it's great, that the golf tournament started today, because literally, Tony, if you think about it, yesterday was the worst sports day basically of the entire year.
Yeah.
Only game yesterday. Do you know what it was?
The only sports game.
Yeah.
Is it going to be some weird sport?
No, it's part of the 4 major. I feel like you're not going to think of it, and then you're going to go, oh.
Part of the 4 major. Well, it's obviously.
Well, okay. So it's
not hockey. It's not football.
No, but it's one of the 4 major sports. But it's
but it's not the 4 major leagues.
Correct.
Oh, you.
But it's
mother.
It's an entity of one of the leagues. So how about that? It's funded by one of the leagues.
Funded by one of the leagues.
Yeah.
So it's not football. Not hockey, obviously.
Right. Obviously, we know it's not baseball.
We know that. So
that would only leave
basketball.
Right. You're still not getting it. You're still not thinking about it.
Oh, you want me to actually name what it was now?
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't know. Was it like a G League game or something?
WNBA, Tony. Come on. Only game, 10 o'clock start yesterday. They were mentioning it on the Pat McAfee show, so I just thought that was funny. But I'm saying, think about all year. I mean, there's always a baseball. I think it was
Connecticut Sun?
No, Chicago Dream, I think.
And who?
I think the Sky.
Who won?
I think it was the Dream. Actually,
what was the score?
I think it was like a 6-point game. Whatever the case may be, Tony, it was the whole point that, we appreciate when there's a lot of action going on. It just, makes our job fun. And obviously, just as fans, I mean, that's what you want to see. And obviously, for you today, a little tough, no Mets, but maybe, hey, 640 tip with the Yankees. Why not, right?
Now he's saying, but maybe, hey. It's not just but hey, but maybe, hey.
I mean, you might as well timestamp it at this point.
But maybe, hey.
But anyway, the good part about this as well is, that marks the return of our pick segment. So after the Derby, the All-Star game, and whatnot, Tony. So I am 17-8. You are 18-7. So very close here. Is this a 3 apiece, or do we have enough for 4? What do we got?
Oh, douche. I think it's going to be a 3 apiece. I don't even think we have enough. No, yeah, we have enough for 3 apiece.
Okay, so let's go
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games.
Okay, so
I'll
lead off, sir. Yeah.
Oh my God, there's some shit games here today. Not a great selection. Just looking at it right here. Oh man, Mitch White. How do you feel about Frankie Montas?
Dude,
I've heard you talk about him before.
Yeah, well, I think he's a guy that
Oh, do you?
I feel like you're trying to be me right now. That's what I feel.
I never try to be you.
But anyway, I think he's a touch overrated, but the thing is, how much quality starting pitching is there out there? So I think he's going to be overvalued going into this trade deadline. But, he's got a PED suspension in his past. I believe he's been injured this year as well. So if you were asking me, like, if I wanted the Yankees to get him, I would say hell no. But I'm sure, like, another team, I could see, like, maybe Seattle, even the Mets, just as, like, an extra starter, an extra arm. Somebody like the Braves, even the Dodgers, just pick up an extra guy. But I'm not that impressed with them. I mean, are you?
No, not really.
I just don't think, he quite brings it.
I know. And you were mentioning injuries. He just got like a cortisone shot.
Never a good sign.
Never a good sign. And his last outing was July 3rd. And he went an inning and then left because of injury. And he gave up a run, by the way. Wow, dude. I don't know. You think cortisone is good? Do you think it's going to help him a little bit?
No, I think it means he's going to be injured more. However, under team control next year, you look at the numbers, hasn't made an all-star team. His only full season was last year, and he did have 207 strikeouts, 187 innings, over 32 starts with a 3.37 ERA. So, I mean, there's some promise there, but this year, 3.26, 100 strikeouts. I mean, yeah, I guess he's a little better than I thought, but I don't know why. Maybe it's the PED suspension. It's just like because think about it. How many guys have got busted for PEDs other than Nelson Cruz and then just kept on coming on?
Yeah.
Think about Ryan Braun. I mean, think about what happened to his career. Obviously, we know A-Rod. I mean, he didn't have too many good seasons after that.
No.
Same thing with Barry Bonds, So I think that's the issue.
Yeah. A-Rod should come out of retirement, honestly. He just needs 6 home runs for 700.
No, I think 4. I think he hit 696.
696. Yeah, I think you're right.
And the crazy part is, imagine if he never took steroids. I think easily 800 home runs.
Possibly.
Because it's just I know, it helps you recover, but don't you think? I mean, in the vast majority of cases where a guy who's really good takes steroids, and whether it was, to recover quickly from injury,
right,
just get stronger, that even though some of that might have lifted their performance, overall, it brings down their career performance because of what it does on the back end.
Yeah, no, definitely, dude. You see with A-Rod.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, of course, the Yankees had to deal with the burden of that,
what a dick.
Because I think it was really, I want to say past 2011, he had one good year, and he retired in 2016.
Yeah.
So
then he lied about the steroids too.
Several times.
My God.
I don't know if you remember the sit down before he was on the Yankees, when he was on the Rangers with Peter Gammons. You had a 60 minutes type of interview.
Oh, nice.
Then he denied it again with Mike Francesa.
And then the day after, he was like, "Oh, yeah, I did it.
Yeah, you got me."
Yeah.
But hey, that is what it is. But are you going with your boy Montas or no?
Yeah. Wow, we kind of got sidetracked there, huh? That was pretty nice.
A little bit.
Yeah, I'll bet on Montas tonight. Just because, I guess the Oaklands as a team in general, they just snuck out. They just snuck 2 out of 3 past the Houston Astros, actually, before the break, obviously. And then the Tigers got swept by the Guardians by Cleveland before the All-Star break. So I feel like, Oakland have this in the bag. Montas, I feel like the cortisone for one start, it should last at least, right?
Yeah,
Right?
it's just you know what I mean? Though that's just one of the, it reminds me of this all ties together. So a guy with a cortisone shot, it alludes to the fact he's going to get injured.
Right.
The guy that's rehabbing Tommy John without getting surgery, or needs Tommy John but says they're going to try to rehab it, they always end up needing surgery.
Yeah.
So just I feel like when I see signs like that, or the last one, thoracic outlet syndrome. Oh, he's going to get it, but he's healthy. He's fine. No, he's not.
No, he's not.
You can't recover from thoracic outlet syndrome.
It's impossible.
So yeah, I think he's gonna get hammered.
But
he needs more time on the IL.
Oh gosh, no. Give me the A's tonight. But Detroit, dude, come on.
They don't have a dog in this fight, Tony?
They don't have a dog in this fight. Basically what I'm saying, I can't find the soundbite. Oh, there it is.
Not much of a game.
Give me the A's here. I'll say 5-2.
Okay.
Why not?
Fair enough, Tony. So for me here, of course, you know where I'm going. I'm going to Houston. I'm going with the
buddy.
Yankees. I'm going with Jordan Montgomery. I'm going with the team with the best record in Major League Baseball, who had 64 wins, a franchise record before the All-Star break. It was pretty impressive, including a nice 27-16 mark away from Yankee Stadium. So look at this. I guess Houston's favored slightly, -135.
Look at this.
Total is set at 7.5. So you look at pitchers with ERAs and impressive, pretty impressive in terms of mid to low threes here. So I think what it'll be is a middle of the road scoring game, and I think a couple runs maybe late, but I think this reads 5-4 Yankees. I think Monty gives you 7 coming in hot out of the break. Gives up 3 runs, strikes out 8, 6 hits, 1 walk, gets the win, his 4th of the year. And I think we're going to see Judge and Stanton homer. We know when they do that, they win every game other than the Field of Dreams, of course.
Right.
And I think Clay Holmes closes it out, gets that save, and the Yankees take game 1 in Houston.
All right, my next pick, dude. I'm going to go with the Giants, actually. They are playing the LA Dodgers, and we have Mitch White on the mound for the Dodgers, who, I mean, it's, obviously young pitcher, 27. What do we got? Over 8 starts this season. His ERA is a 4.20. And I feel like he's just watching him pitch. He's done well in some spots. Against Colorado, he did well. San Diego, he did kind of well. Chicago, he did really well. But I mean, it seems like against these better teams that I would, obviously put the Giants in that category. But with Cardinals, against the Braves, he doesn't really last very long. 5 innings, and he gives up a bunch of hits. His last outing on the 12th of July, 5 innings pitched. Gave up 10 hits, 6 earned runs, 2 of them being home runs, walked 2 batters.
We have some breaking news.
Oh, my God. Let's see. Do it. Break it.
The Arizona Cardinals have signed quarterback Kyler Murray to a 5-year, $230.5 million contract extension. So the Cardinals locking up their franchise quarterback for the foreseeable future. And I think to some people, this comes as a surprise just because there was a lot of, he had unfollowed the Cardinals. There was just some disconnect there because they faded down the stretch.
What do you think that was? Hoopla or what?
No, I think it was true. I mean, they faded down the stretch with the talented roster the last 2 years. Didn't do anything in the playoffs. And I think, part of this has to fall on Cliff Kingsbury. I mean, look back to his college days. He has Patrick Mahomes, and he can't even have a winning record.
Wow.
And then he's had one of the better offenses in the NFL the last couple of years. And he just can't get it done. But I think, part of that obviously was Hopkins being injured. I think that really hurt. But they do add Hollywood Brown from the Ravens too. So I think Murray will have some comfort level with him. I think that was a good move. What do you think about the dollars though here?
How much is it?
5 for 230.5. So roughly, isn't that? No, that's because 40 would
almost
be 200
50
million.
Yeah.
So then
45,
so 30 divided by 5.6. So it's $46 million a year.
I would say it's worth it.
You don't think it's?
I would say it is worth it.
But is it always just one of those things where, okay, he might not be even a top 5 quarterback, but at the same time, are you really going to get anybody that's even close to hit as good as him to replace him?
No, that's definitely the reason. Also, I feel like he could be kind of top 5. You never know.
Yeah.
No, it's possible for him.
Yeah, no, I always liked him.
Yeah.
I think obviously the small stature concerns me slightly because all it takes is one hit.
Drew Brees.
We've seen that in the past. Drew Brees was a perfect example of going against that. But just find it a little interesting. But that was really just the only bit of news we had there. But you were in the midst of saying that you think the Dodgers are going to win this one.
Yeah, no, I was not, dude. Were you listening to what I was saying?
We said
Mitch White, not good.
But the Padres and Rockies did okay. You kind of left it out there, Tony.
Well, I was trying to get to my spiel here.
Okay.
Before Kyler Murray interrupted me. Give me the Giants here. Carlos Rodon on the mound. I would say Giants take this one close. 5-3.
All right. For game 2 here, and there was some talk actually that it would be 3 days rest because he pitched on Sunday against the Red Sox. Garrett Cole coming back today, on shortened rest, but they decided not to do that. Instead, Domingo Germán
taking the Yankees on this one
makes his 2022
We're leaving it kind of open-ended over here.
season debut, and he's opposed by Garcia of Houston. 7-5, 3.65. So obviously, tough spot here. I mean, you're basically going against your top competition, doubleheader, and then you're throwing a guy in the fire that hasn't pitched at all this year. So there obviously has to be some concern, but at the same time, we saw Germán have some great moments last year. Almost had that no-hitter, a perfect game against the Red Sox, and just in the past year, I think it was 3 years ago, he had like 19 wins or whatever it was before he had that incident, unfortunately. But he's back and he's looking to make the most of his opportunity. And while it is a tough spot and he might give you a performance of 5 2/3 of 3-run ball, your offense needs to win it for you. And I think they will do that here. And it might be late. But I'm going to say they're going to win this one 5-4. And we're going to see DJ LeMahieu with 4 hits, Matt Carpenter 2 home runs, and we're going to go a home run for Anthony Rizzo as well. Yankees sweep the doubleheader and say, we're number 1.
That was good, Brian.
I mean, I tried.
We're
number 1.
Okay, dude. So last pick here. It's tough.
I know.
Getting down to the nitty gritty here. I definitely don't want to take both of these games doubleheader here. So I guess I'll go with Miami tonight. Why not? Right? They are hosting the Euro Texas Rangers. And it's pretty funny because these pitching matchups, the pitching matchup we have tonight, John Gray and Pablo Lopez, both have actually pitched against the Mets this month. So I kind of saw them both. Pablo did well. John Gray did not do well. John Gray's line for the Mets game was 5 2/3, 6 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 of them being a home run, 1 walk, 7 Ks, which is nice. Pablo pitched pretty well against the Mets. So just from seeing that game, honestly, I can kind of see that Pablo is a little bit better of a pitcher. And I feel like, dude, Texas, I don't know. I just feel like Miami is just so young, so vibrant, dude. And I feel like that they're just going to bring their youth to the game. Corey Seeger, underwhelming. And I understand that he has the most home runs as a shortstop, right, in the league.
You just want a better batting average.
But it's just, dude. I mean, his batting average is 251, I suppose, 22 home runs.
Yeah, but he should be a 270 hitter.
Yeah,
come on.
He should be way better. And I feel like his fielding hasn't really been anything crazy either.
Right.
So just give me Miami here. Jazz, maybe a dinger, a couple stolen bags. Miami here, 3-1.
I like it.
Yeah.
And then just to clarify, because this is the last game left, your game you actually took was game 2 of that doubleheader.
Game
right?
deuce. Yeah, take game 1. Do it, dude.
I mean, I have to take game 1.
I know, it's crazy. You're in the corner.
Nobody
so puts baby in the corner.
Like to bet on the Tigers or A's here. But looking at this, I mean, Skubal versus Logie.
Skubal.
You know what? Avi Baez, wake up. Let's see the thumbs down here to the 2,000 Oakland fans in attendance tonight.
I know, it's
they're actually at 337. But hey, Commissioner Manfred, said that they need to make a decision. So
337 is an odd one, huh?
One is imminent. Yeah, I've seen it before. I don't understand it. And what I always just find ironic is, like, I've always noticed the Blue Jays always is 707.
Really?
Don't understand it.
At home or just
at home?
At home.
Yeah.
Toronto.
Canada. Yeah. Canada.
Can't go there.
This is kind of random, but I was just thinking about it with Toronto. What's your thoughts on the way they do it? Like, do you think it's kind of weird? And it's really not just baseball, where I guess it's just hockey and baseball, where there's just
Basketball.
one team in Canada. I mean, I mean, what do you think that makes sense? Do you think they should have their own league? I mean, what do you think there should be more Canadian teams? I mean, what do you think?
I mean, I like obviously in hockey. I mean, how do you not? I mean, it kind of started.
Oh yeah, I think hockey is like
yeah,
a separate situation, but just in terms of like just the Raptors, just the Blue Jays. I mean, obviously we know we used to have the Vancouver Grizzlies and the Montreal Expos.
Right. I mean, I would welcome, I guess, those teams again. I mean, I think, it does kind of mess with the whole national thing, right? Like, I mean, the NBA is obviously the National Basketball Association. With the Toronto Raptors, it's not national; it's international.
Right.
Major League Baseball obviously is fine. Obviously, hockey it's a little different. So, I mean, if you really want to start splitting hairs like that, I mean, that bothers me, I suppose, a little bit. But, I mean, I'm all for more Canadian teams. I don't think they should have their own league. I don't think it's possible for them to have their own league.
There's not enough money.
There's no way. Not enough provinces, not enough money, not enough interest. There wouldn't be enough teams, I feel. I mean, when you think about it, it's always been similar. Obviously, you have like the crossover cities, similarly Toronto, Montreal, obviously. You mentioned Vancouver, but then obviously in hockey, you get, a little more of the small provinces like Ottawa, Calgary, Edmonton, but I'm all for it. I think Montreal Expos were a great team. I feel like obviously they almost have like a Hartford Whalers type cult following. With obviously people wearing their uniforms, enjoying their logos and stuff like that. I'm all for it. Add more Canadian teams. Why not?
And if for baseball specifically, would you just go solely Montreal Expos, or is there any other market you could see, like a Vancouver or different part of Canada?
I mean, personally, I don't know. I mean, I would like it. Obviously, Montreal is good too. But yeah, if Vancouver wanted to throw their hat into the ring here, they don't have to make a good case as to how popular that team would be. I don't know where the following if people are into baseball around there.
Yeah, I just feel like it's just anytime you have a team that was somewhere, leaves, and then comes back.
Right.
I feel like there's always such a renewed interest. And I know before the Expos moved to DC, there were some attendance problems as well as money problems, and like that stadium, the Olympic Stadium, where they had the Olympics way back, had some major problems. Like we think the Ray Stadium is bad; it was even worse. So I think the funding was a problem, but I think the fact that the team's been gone for 17 years now. In Canada as a country as a whole, you only have one team as an option. So now to have that second team, especially if, let's say the A's are the ones that go to Montreal or whatever, if they don't end up going to Vegas, or the Rays, either one. And I think both organizations have shown that with a small budget, you can rebuild quickly. So I would think, either one would have a pretty good product within a couple of years, and I think they would take off. And I just don't see how they wouldn't do better from a revenue perspective than Oakland or Tampa right now, because I mean, no one's going to the games, no one's watching the games. I mean, really the best attendance the Rays have are when the Yankees are in town, because all the retired New Yorkers. So that's just something interesting. But I do think we will see a return to Canada in terms of Montreal for baseball, and just going to be interesting to see too, though, what they would do with the divisions. Obviously the Rays would be the easiest, because then you could just put the Expos or Montreal Rays, whatever you want to call it, just keep them in the AL East.
Yeah, that would be pretty easy. If it's Oakland, that might be a little different. Maybe Oakland could move, because when you think about it, Vancouver, if they decide to maybe not do Montreal, Vancouver is right over the border of
Seattle,
Washington. Yeah, it's right by Seattle, actually, which actually would make a good set. I feel like a lot of Seattle people would go over and watch a Vancouver game. Why not, right? So maybe if they do that, it'll be a little easier in terms of the West.
Yeah. And then let's see, if the A's move to Vegas, I guess they could stay, I guess, in the same division, right?
Yeah.
AL West in Vegas.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah, definitely.
And I don't know, I've kind of floated this around before. Do you think I know it's all about tradition, baseball being one of the older sports, but do you think it would make more sense if like the Yankees, the Mets, and the Red Sox were all in the same division? As well as probably the Phillies.
Right.
I mean, does that, versus the way that it's currently constructed and like, the Braves should be, with the Rays, right? I mean, that kind of makes sense logistically. Baltimore's kind of in between. Do you think that like baseball would benefit from realignment, or we're just obviously in keeping, the very strong rivalries intact, of course, but like, I don't see how it would be a bad thing to have Yankees Mets play all the time, or do you think that it would water it down?
I don't think it would water it down, to be honest. Little tired there, Brian. No, actually, I kind of like that idea, but I mean, you think it's feasible?
Tony, we're running through this right now. I just feel motivated to make this realignment. I'm just pulling this up. Give me 1 second. Okay, so when we're talking about, so let's start with like the Yankees and the Mets half of this thing. So we got basically five out of 10 teams in this East division. Let's call it, more Northeast than anything. So I guess it would be the Yankees is 1, the Mets are 2, the Red Sox are 3, and then I would say Blue Jays 4, Phillies 5. Does that make sense as a division?
Blue Jays. Yeah, it would have to be the Blue Jays.
Because they're the most northern team close to them. So then in the other division,
it would be
the Orioles and then the rest of the NL East other than the Mets and the Phillies. Does that make sense? Or, the Orioles.
So it would be Atlanta, Miami,
Baltimore,
Tampa Bay,
right.
Washington.
Yeah. And then Washington would be in the same division as the Orioles. I mean, Tony, I think we need to bring this proposal to the commissioners.
I think we could do this, right?
I mean, how does that not make sense? Please tell me how it doesn't make sense.
It does make pretty good sense. And I feel like you'll start, also, creating more rivalries,
right.
With that. I mean, obviously, Mets Yankees is definitely going to be, hit hard. And then, you have Mets Toronto too. That'd be dope. And then
how about Yankees Phillies?
Phillies.
They play in the World Series.
Yeah, dude, that would be awesome.
They just seem kind of staples here in the Northeast. So why not play teams within your closest proximity the most?
I know. I'm just trying to look at that, and I feel like Tampa Bay, Atlanta would create something good, some good.
Yes, exactly. And then Baltimore, Washington. What do they call it? The Battle of the Beltway.
Is that what they say?
I think so.
I feel like the Orioles would slap around Nationals right now.
It was just crazy to think about how Nationals just won a World Series 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And then really, I mean, just in terms of divisional realignment, I guess that really would be the only movement because
who's in the AL, who's in the NL?
Oh, I mean, the Mets are coming to the American League.
Why?
Tony. No, I'm honestly kidding. It's just obviously that's what I would want.
No, I mean, it does make. I don't know. I mean,
I just think the Yankees have to stay put in the East.
Just because.
Yeah. And then, I mean, come on, the Mets, I feel like, why not be part of the American League?
Honestly, I like the National League. I think the National League is tougher.
Yeah. Well, it goes into the muscle memory, type of thought. But just interesting. And then I was thinking too, like, the Mariners, okay, what I'm just thinking about the NL West. So we could put the Dodgers, the Padres, the Giants, and the Angels, right? Because then that would be all of the California teams in Oakland.
Yeah.
And then we could put the Rockies, the Diamondbacks, and then they could play the
Houston,
the
Rangers,
and the Mariners.
But I feel like we got to break that up too. The
Mariners should be playing the Dodgers.
Yeah, definitely.
That's got to be all those California teams, and
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, but there's 5 Californian teams.
Yeah.
So how do you can't break they all got to be in what it's going to be the Californian division.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess they have to be together. So I guess, but Seattle can play Arizona though. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I think it makes more sense for Seattle to play Arizona than it does for Seattle to play Texas, or no?
Yeah, definitely.
So divisional realignment, Tony.
I know this is tough, dude.
We might be on the cusp of it.
I know we have to like write this out. Honestly.
Yeah. We'll come up with a detailed plan.
Nice PowerPoint presentation.
So gonna keep an eye out for that. Do you know who the Mets open up with tomorrow? Second half?
Is it the Padres? I'm pretty sure it's the
in
Padres,
Sunny or no?
dude.
No, or they've already had their West Coast swing.
I think it's at home. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Let's see here. Yep. Padres at home.
Okay. All right. So we'll see what happens. I'm sure you can't wait to see the boys get back on the field.
Hell yeah, dude! I'll be watching tomorrow.
And that's a night game, right?
7:10 p.m.
7:10 p.m. from Ebbets Field, also known as Citi Field, where legends. No, I'm just
Gary Cohen, buddy. Gary Cohen, Ron Darling, Keith Hernandez, the best broadcast team out there.
If you had to eliminate one, who would the guy be? You had to. I don't want to hear you couldn't. You had to. I think I know who you're gonna say, but
I know. I think I know that you think. I think I know what you're thinking.
Say it. Say what you think I'm thinking, and then say what
out of those three of them.
Yes.
Ron.
No, that's not who I was going to say.
Who do you think, Keith?
No, I thought you were going to say eliminate Gary because the other guys have ties to the organization as players.
Yeah, no, that's true too. But I mean, they're both analysts, and I think they both, you can't take away your play-by-play when you have two color commentators.
Right.
I don't think neither of them could handle play-by-play.
Keith play-by-play?
I don't think so, dude. We talking about his cats by the third inning.
Todd Zeal, maybe Bill Pito do a little play-by-play.
Bill Pito could definitely rip it. Todd Zeal, I don't think so.
Robin Ventura.
Oh, dude.
Former Met greats.
You think he could? I don't think he could.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just
I don't think he has the attention
Piazza.
span.
John Franco, he likes to hear himself talk.
Yeah.
No. Bobby V needs to be in the Mets.
Oh my God! Again,
that would give you some juice.
Again, it would give him some juice, but attention span wise, he's out of it.
He was on Sunday Night Baseball. We kind of forget about that way back.
Yeah, but come on, I'd like to honestly review some tape on him and see how he did.
No, can we get the tape? Like, we'll review some tape and then we'll
let's do some research.
Yeah,
let's
dude. Research that.
I'm down with that.
And then, other than that, just wanted to update you. Your guy, Sunjay Im, one shot difference now between leader Scott Piercy. He's played 17 holes. So Mr. Im looking to be at the top of the leaderboard before the day is over. We'll see what happens. And then I just wanted to check on our favorite tennis player here, Marty Fish. Picked up another bogey. So 8 over through 11. And yeah, that's really it, Tony. But other than the Yankees sweeping the doubleheader, the Mets coming back with a vengeance tomorrow.
Yes.
And maybe Sunjay Im being a 4-day leader at the 3M. Anything else?
What did you say our records were at for the picks here?
All right. So let me just pull this up really quick. This, no, but it's not, but it's that. Standings. Bless you. Okay.
Thank you.
Of course, I exited out.
Come on, Brian.
I know. Should be better than that. All right. So I believe what it is.
It's hot in here.
I believe it's so you're 18-7. I'm 17-8. And then I think we have till like the 10th. So we still got some time. But
yeah. We'll see, dude. I think the doubling down on the Yankees tonight, I think, is gonna hurt you, dude.
I don't care.
And I think the wake up Javi Baez.
Come on, he wants to come back to the Mets. I think
he doesn't want to. I don't think he wants to play anymore. Honestly,
I don't know.
I think he's cashed out.
I just think people, you know what I mean. It's like what Trevino said: the magic of putting on the pinstripes. I think that's what someone like Javi Baez needs, but unfortunately, he won't be given that opportunity.
There's no way you would want him in the Yankees.
Yeah,
no
probably the
way.
only reason I wouldn't, it would be because of the contract. But if it was a 1-year commitment, like the rest of this season,
right.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Come on,
just after this year, Volpe, Peraza.
Yeah, really.
I feel like there's some opportunity.
I feel like he's gonna fuck up all the feng shui.
He might.
He's gonna come in with his ego, with his big fucking mouth, losing an earring. Get out of town, dude.
Mr. Baez.
Yeah, no.
But once again, I would like to thank everybody for joining us today and continuing to comment, like, and subscribe, as well as check out the archives on the YouTube page, as well as the summer collection at downtimetv.com. I want everybody to enjoy this marvelous day, enjoy the games, and we will see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.